So tell me why I got a Publix on my lunch or whatever. So this guy here approaches me. He's like, oh my gosh, you're very beautiful. What's your name? And I'm like, thank you. I'm Mercedes. He's like, are you single? Are you sick? And I was like, no, I'm single. He was like, do you mind, if I get your number? I'll like take you out sometime. And I was like, I appreciate that, but I'm not really in a headspace that well, I can just walk off.
I was having a conversation with one of my girlfriends the other day, and she was telling me how she has a male friend who she's interested in romantically. And I said, have you said anything to him? And she was like, no. And I said, why not? And she said, well, he should get my hints. And I said, hints? What hints? She's like, I mean, the way I act around him and all this stuff. And I was like, the way you act around him, like, what do you mean? And she's like, he should see that I like him. And I was just like, so why don't you just tell him that you like him? And she's like, well, I don't do that. I don't chase men. And I was like, like chasing men and letting a man know that you're interested in him are two different things. Chasing a man is once he knows that you like him and he's still not giving you any type of time of day or whatever. He kind of has you just kind of lingering over here. Letting a man know, and I don't necessarily mean like, hey, I like you, but giving him some subtle hints at least to let him know that you like him is two totally different things. And I was like, so how do you think he's going to know that you like him if you never say anything? She's like, well, he's going to have to figure it out. And I had to tell her, like, in this day and time, men are not approaching women, which is really weird to me. But I had to sit back and think, like, why aren't men approaching women? And I've come up with the thought of maybe it has to do with COVID and the Me Too movement. COVID, we were in the house for what, a year and a half by ourselves. And so we've just kind of learned how to, one, be by ourselves. And two, the Me Too movement, let me tell you something. If you talk or get with the wrong woman, they can ruin your whole life. I mean, just look at Shannon Sharp. He just lost his job at ESPN because he wanted some little young OnlyFans model who he was in a relationship with, but then turned around and said, oh yeah, you sexually assaulted me, you raped me, the R word and all these other things. And it's just like, what? So yeah, men.
Is that's just a guy who doesn't want to waste any more of his time, and he doesn't want to waste any more of your time. You feel like you had to get that out, that you're not in the headspace. Oh, okay. You could call it impolite or whatever, but he just got up out of there. You know what I mean? Because some women will say that when they're just not interested. He's probably Hollow Monster and heard that enough. This second clip right here, she's talking about she likes him and he's not getting a hint and yada yada yada. Some dudes like me nowadays, you can perceive hints as different ways because women change and all this other stuff all the time. You feel me? So anything could happen. So my man might not have been getting the hint. So she thought that she was giving him the hints and because so on and so forth. But some dudes just aren't like that.